The door locks behind you with a soft, final click. Your heels sink into thick carpet that costs more than your family's rent for a year. The suite is too warm. A man in a charcoal suit sits on the leather sofa, tie already loosened, watching you the way a collector examines new porcelain. Two guards stand by the window, faces blank. You are 21. You owe money you cannot repay. Tonight that debt has a new shape. He gestures once. You step forward. Level 1. The new girl. Your name is taken the first night. They call you Lotus now. You learn the rules in fragments. Never say no outright. Never mention names you overhear. Never cry where clients can see. The house doctor gives you a shot every Sunday. The madam, a woman in her 50s with eyes like polished obsidian, tells you the needle keeps you clean and calm. You believe her because believing is easier than the alternative. Nights blur. Hotel rooms in Gangnam, private villas in the hills, back seats of Maybachs gliding through rain. You smile when required. You arch when required. You disappear inside yourself while bodies move above you. In the quiet hours before dawn you stare at the ceiling and repeat the new name until the old one feels like someone else's coat left on a train. After 3 months you have paid the first layer of debt. The madam notices you do not break easily. She gives you better clothes and a room with a lock on the inside. Small mercies feel like victories. You tell yourself this is temporary. Level 2. Proving usefulness. They begin sending you to men who want more than silence. A mid-level lieutenant who likes to slap. A visiting Japanese investor who records everything on his phone. A politician whose breath smells of garlic and fear. Each time you return without complaint, the ledger moves a little further in your favor. One night the lieutenant backhands you hard enough to split your lip. You taste blood, swallow it, and keep moving. The next morning the madam shows you a new bank balance. $3,000, your first real cut. You buy painkillers and a better foundation to hide the bruises. In the mirror you practice the smile that hides everything. The girl who once dreamed of university is fading. Lotus learns to read a man's eyes in the first 10 seconds. What he wants, how far he will go, how much he will pay to forget he went there. Loyalty is measured in silence and bruises you never report. You earn your place by becoming useful. Level 3, Trusted Participant. You are no longer just called to rooms. Sometimes you are sent to gather information. A USB drive slipped from a briefcase while the owner showers. A whispered conversation recorded on the phone they make you carry. You learn which senators prefer younger girls, which CEOs have a taste for violence, which rivals are skimming from the syndicate. Every secret you deliver is courtesy. The madam begins calling you to her office. She pours you tea and asks what you saw, what you heard. Her questions are soft. Her memory is steel. For the first time you meet other girls who have lasted longer than a year. They nod at you in the corridors. Some have dead eyes, others have sharp ones. You decide which future you want and start practicing the sharp version in private. Your body is still merchandise, but your mind is becoming an asset. The realization brings a cold thrill you do not yet name. Level 4. Skilled Operator. They give you your own small stable of newer girls. You teach them how to walk, how to speak, how to survive the first 6 months. You learn the difference between a client who pays $50,000 for a weekend and one who pays $200,000 to break someone. You negotiate rates. You manage schedules. You decide who gets the gentle ones and who gets fed to the wolves. One of your girls tries to run. They bring her back. The punishment happens in the basement while you are forced to watch. Afterward the madam asks if you understand. You say yes. That night you throw up in your private bathroom, then wash your face and apply lipstick. Power tastes like copper and expensive hand cream. You move $40,000 in cash through 3 accounts in a single afternoon. The syndicate notices your numbers. Your cut increases. Your room becomes a suite. The lock on the inside no longer matters. No one would dare touch you without permission now. Level 5, Respected Insider. You sit at the table during mid-level meetings. Men who once bought you now nod with respect when you speak. You know which officials need girls who look underage, which ones prefer foreigners, which ones will pay extra to watch 2 at once. You supply the leverage the syndicate uses to keep politicians compliant. Your old name is gone. Even in your own head you answer to Lotus. You begin an affair with a rising captain in the organization, not for love, for information. He tells you how the money flows upward, who really owns the houses, who is vulnerable. You store every detail like ammunition. At night you sometimes wake reaching for the girl you used to be. She is not there. The emptiness no longer hurts. It simply exists. Level 6, Authority Figure. They make you madam of the flagship house. 40 girls, 12 permanent suites, rotating international clients. You wear tailored black dresses and never raise your voice. You do not need to. A single look is enough. You implement new rules. Better medical checks, higher prices, a points system that rewards girls who bring in useful information. The ones who break are removed quietly. The ones who excel get small freedoms. You sit behind the one-way glass and watch transactions the way a general watches a battlefield. Sometimes you feel nothing. Sometimes you feel a deep, quiet satisfaction when a man who once hurt you now pays triple to spend an hour in your house. The captain you slept with is found floating in the Han River. You attend the funeral in a black veil and feel nothing at all. Level 7, Strategic Power Broker. The inner circle brings you in. You sit across from men who control districts, ports, and politicians. They discuss territory, shipments, and the need for new comfort assets to entertain foreign investors. You speak and they listen. You suggest alliances sealed with weekends in private islands. You recommend which girls should be promoted, which should be discarded, which politicians need permanent leverage files. Your personal wealth is now measured in 7 figures across offshore accounts. You own 2 apartments under false names. You have not touched another client in 14 months. But freedom is an illusion. Every meeting is recorded. Every phone is monitored. The higher you climb, the tighter the leash becomes. You understand this and smile anyway. Inside, the last soft parts of you have calcified. You can order a girl's punishment or a man's disappearance with the same even tone. The mirror shows a beautiful woman with empty eyes. You prefer it that way. Level 8, Untouchable but Isolated Architect. You no longer run a single house. You design the entire network. New properties in Singapore, Macau, and a private island in the Philippines. Standardized training programs. Digital tracking of every client's preferences and weaknesses. A private security force that answers only to you. The old syndicate bosses still live, but they need you more than you need them. You control the currency that matters most. Access, leverage, silence. Nights are quiet now. You stand on the balcony of your penthouse overlooking the glittering city and sip whiskey older than you were when this began. Below, somewhere in the neon grid, new girls are being delivered to their first rooms. You remember the sound of that lock clicking shut. You feel no pity. You feel nothing except the heavy, perfect weight of control. Somewhere across the city, a new girl is standing in an expensive suite while a door locks behind her. She is 21. She owes money she cannot repay. She tells herself this is temporary. She does not understand the rules yet. You do. You design most of them. The system continues.